The Curse of Teotihuacan, Part 2. In Mexico's ancient city of Teotihuacan, two pyramids dominate the skyline. For centuries, scholars believed the larger of the two was the Pyramid of the Moon. But after recent excavations, it's been renamed the Pyramid of the Sun. It is now known to be the biggest structure within the site and the tallest pyramid in the world. When archaeologists recently explored a sealed tunnel beneath this massive structure, they reported some strange occurrences. There were unexplained shifts in air pressure, whispering winds, and even lights that flickered on by themselves. But one night, their equipment recorded something else, something terrifying. What sounded like the distinct sound of breathing coming from the very stones themselves. This led to a shocking discovery that would change everything. It's me. Welcome to my channel. Join me today as we look at the archaeological evidence of this terrifying ancient pyramid and its bizarre connection to the supernatural. Teotihuacan was once a vibrant metropolis with a population of over 200,000 people. This made it one of the largest cities in the world during the time period between 100 BC and 500 A, but Teotihuacan's origins are a mystery. The civilization had no written language and left behind no records of their history. Researchers do not know who built the city or why. The city is located in the central plateau of Mexico, about 30 miles northeast of modern-day Mexico City. Today, visitors from around the world come to explore the ancient ruins and climb the pyramids. But long ago, these structures were painted red and reached even greater heights than they do today. The Pyramid of the Sun was originally 66 feet taller and stood at 243 feet high. Its sister pyramid, the Pyramid of the Moon, originally stood at 150 feet tall. Together, they formed the Avenue of the Dead, a ceremonial path lined with temples and palaces. In front of the Avenue of the Dead stretches the Sun Grid, a plaza that was once the center of religious activity in the city. Scholars believe that this area may have once been a sacred lake. To the west of the Sun Grid are the ruins of the City of the Sun, where archaeologists have uncovered palaces, workshops, and ordinary homes. Excavations have revealed beautifully crafted jewelry, intricately designed sculptures and murals depicting scenes from daily life. But beyond the walls of Teotihuacan lies an unknown world. During the city's peak, it was surrounded by a vast network of tunnels and chambers carved into the earth. These subterranean passages stretch for miles and connect to enormous caverns hidden deep beneath the city. Some researchers believe these tunnels may have been used for religious rituals or as a form of public transportation. Others believe there may have been more nefarious purposes behind them. Legend has it that the tunnels are home to a variety of spirits, some good and some evil. It is said that those who venture too far into the darkness below the city may never return. For many years, these tunnels remained undiscovered until 2017, when archaeologists announced they had found a new passageway leading into the earth from the base of the Pyramid of the Sun. This tunnel was unlike any other because it appeared to have been sealed off with stone blocks. It seemed as if whoever built the tunnel had done so with the intention of keeping whatever secrets lay within hidden from the outside world. The entrance was so well concealed that it took almost 200 years of exploration to find. And even then, the passageway was only discovered by accident. It wasn't until recently that researchers decided to finally take a look inside. A team of archaeologists, led by archaeologist Matthew Levanier, descended into the darkness of the tunnel. With flashlights in hand, they pushed forward into the pitch-black abyss. As they moved further along the tunnel, the air grew colder and damper. The smell of damp earth filled their nostrils, and the sound of dripping water echoed around them. As they approached the end of the tunnel, the temperature dropped significantly. When they finally reached the end, they discovered a large cavern filled with strange symbols and glyphs. The walls were covered in intricate designs that depicted various gods and mythical creatures. But as the team continued their investigation, they began to experience strange phenomena. At first, it was just the inexplicable feeling of being watched. Then strange whispers could be heard echoing through the cavern, despite there being no breeze outside. The researchers also noticed that their equipment was malfunctioning, with lights turning on and off by themselves. But that wasn't all. As the days went on, the team began hearing what sounded like the distinct sound of someone breathing. At first, they dismissed it as a trick of the mind. But as the weeks went on, the sound only got louder. Soon, it was impossible to ignore. The researchers set up cameras and microphones to try and capture the sound. And what they heard was chilling. It was the sound of a single person breathing heavily, as if they were exerting themselves physically. But there was no one there. After careful examination, they realized that the sound was coming from the walls themselves. It seemed as if the stone was alive and breathing. They tried everything they could think of to explain the phenomenon, but nothing made sense. Just when they were about to give up on their investigation, they made a shocking discovery. One of the researchers noticed that the sound seemed to be coming from a particular area of the wall. Upon closer inspection, they discovered a small crack in the stone, and when they placed their ear against it, they could hear the sound even more clearly. It was then that they decided to break open the wall and see what was inside. What they found was a small chamber hidden behind the stonework, and when they opened it up, they were met with a sight that made their blood run cold. Inside the chamber was the skeleton of a human, dressed in ceremonial robes. The skeleton was in a fetal position, as if the person had been trying to protect themselves from something. But what was truly terrifying was that the skeleton was still breathing. At first, the researchers thought they were witnessing a miracle. But as they continued to investigate, they realized that there was a more sinister explanation. The skeleton was actually animated by dark magic. It was a powerful curse that had been placed on the pyramid long ago, and now it was awakening. The curse was so strong that it had managed to trap one of the researchers inside the pyramid. They had vanished without a trace. His colleagues searched everywhere for him, but there was no sign of him anywhere. Days turned into weeks, but still there was no sign of the missing researcher. Just when everyone had given up hope, surveillance footage showed him walking through the pyramid corridors. He was walking towards the exit, but his reflection was missing from every mirror or surface he passed. It became clear that he never left the pyramid. He was trapped within its walls, doomed to wander the corridors for eternity. But the story doesn't end there. Recent excavations have revealed a hidden message left behind by the builders of the pyramid. It seems that they knew the curse would eventually awaken, and they left clues for those who followed to help them escape. Researchers believe the message may hold the key to breaking the curse and freeing the trapped souls. But so far, they have been unable to decipher it. Some believe that the curse of Teotihuacan is real, and that there are malevolent spirits trapped within the pyramid. Others believe that the strange occurrences experienced by the researchers were simply a coincidence. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.